What's up guys, today I'm going to be giving you a new deck profile for generic zombies. Obviously a new structure deck came out, I'm a big fan of it, I do love zombie decks. I wanted to pick up 3, but I was only able to get 2 of these boxes sadly, structure decks I mean. So this is, I just kind of work off what I did have, so I added some other stuff that I got, but this deck is probably under the £50 to £60 price range, what I try to go for. So still budget with having a okay extra deck and a decent main deck, but probably if I could I would get 3 of the main deck structure decks because it's way better. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get into this. For starters, we have 2 Global, 2 Explorer Spreader, and 3 Uni-Zombie. These are the zombie tuners that I used. Uni-Zombie probably being the most useful because of its effect just to send stuff to the graveyard. It was incredibly useful as a card. Plague Spreader, it didn't actually come up much, but it helped me go into links and stuff. And Glow Bloom just helps you get out into your main deck monsters that you need, like Doom King, so it's quite useful. So I'm happy with all of them. Next up we got the main deck zombies. We got 2 Beast of the Pharaoh. It's kind of just really useful for synchro spam. 2 Shirune Solitaire, gets you into your new zombies quicker. The best zombie card, in my opinion, Mizuki. I didn't run a single Gazuki by the way, because I just don't really like the card. I think it's a bit too slow, and I just think I wanted to save more space, but in the future I might use more, or just use them in general. Then we had 2 Necroworld Banshee. This just helps you get out into bigger plays and stuff, and I quite liked it. 2 Zombie Master. Something odd about this card that I'm going to mention is my first game, because I don't really know this card works exactly. Basically, I realized, because my friend told me I could use this by discarding a zombie and then instantly summoning that back. But to use its effect, you already have to have a target in grave, okay? Just remember that, but if you have zombie on the field, you can use your opponent's monsters. That's what I did. I used my opponent's Armageddon Knight from their graveyard and ditched a Mizuki from my graveyard, and that just got me some incredible plays. Then we got the bigger monsters. For stars, we got 3 Red Eyes Zombie Dragon. Quite an old card. You can see these are the 2 newer ones, like from the structure deck, and one of my older ones that I do have a full playset of somewhere. But also, fun fact, look at the shading difference on this. Like, this is a rare one, this is a common, but I really love the shading differences in this one. I think the darker colour was actually better than this brighter colour, in my opinion. It looks more old, and I kind of like that. Then the boss monster of the deck, Doom King. I don't know how to say his last name, so I'm not even going to try, so I just call it Doom King. This is incredibly useful. Against some of the people I played against, they just said it was really annoying. The first game I played versus Orcrust. This is at my locals, by the way, if you're wondering. I played versus a new deck called Orcrust. It's quite a fun deck. This just destroyed it in game, I think, 2 and 3. This just stopped stuff from happening, and it was super useful. Then during my final game, which I sadly lost because my opponent OTK'd me, I was playing Burning Abyss, and this Burning Abyss player just hated it because it just kept on coming back. It was stopping his plays, his Dantes, everything. He just really hated it and said it was a really good monster. I might have to stop this recording halfway through, by the way, because battery is low. Just to let you know. Next up, we have 1 Glow Bulb. This is pretty much non-zombified Glow Bloom, and it's probably one of the best tuners in the game. It regenerates itself. I wish I had a Link Rebo. I definitely would have put it in the deck because it's a level 1 monster. So I do recommend, if you do have a Link Rebo, definitely put it in the deck with Global. It goes to some pretty good players. I didn't actually play this at my locals, but I put it in afterwards and played online for a bit, and I really liked it. And I wanted to put it in before, but I completely forgot about putting it in. So, Free Raiden, the Light Sworn. It's useful, it discards cards, it's a tuner, it's level 4, it's quite good. Those are all the zombie monsters and generic tuners. And finally, for monsters in the main deck, we have Armageddon Knight, something they added afterwards, but I did use because I kept on stealing my opponent's Armageddon Knights during the games with Zombie Master. and I would definitely regret running these. I regret not running it, sorry. I didn't realize I had one still. I thought I got rid of it, and then I found it and I was super mad at myself because this would have been so useful during the games. Then Dark Graphite. I actually added this legit before the tournament by like 10 minutes because I opened up a Dark Saviors pack and got this. I'm incredibly glad I did. This card is not only incredibly nice, but it's a really good card. Alright, hang on, give me a second. I gotta do something. Okay, sorry about that. We are now back. Now onto the spells and traps. For stars, we play Free Zombie World. Obviously, this is the main deck spell that you want. It came up quite a lot, as well as Banshee being able for me to search out and just bully my opponent. It's quite useful. One terraforming. I can't find any more terraformings, even though I have like 20. I didn't play this in the tournament, but I meant to. Again, I couldn't find one before I left, sadly. 2 Zombie Necronize. I don't use the other spell, I just use this one. Mostly because this deck is really good at just spamming the high levels. I knew this card would be useful. And it did come up sometimes, but it sadly got negated like every single time I tried to use it. Which is annoying, but I wish I could have used it more. Free Burial from a different dimension. This card actually came up quite a lot. I played Sky Strikers, which I did lose to, but this just saved my ass so many times in that game. And finally, onto the more generic one-offs. We've got one Foolish Burial. It sends ones from deck to grave. Don't really need to explain it, it's quite useful. Puts Bazookas in graves. And one Book of Life. Again, I could banish one card from my opponent's graveyard and summon one zombie. Quite useful. And finally, one Needlebug Nest, sorry. This card, every time I used it, I did okay. Nothing like too good, but honestly, I don't really mind running it. I took out the anti-spells, which I also played, but those did not come up once. So this was the only trap that actually came up during me playing locals. So that's the main deck. Let's get on to the extra deck. For our links, we play one Vampire Sucker. I recommend weighing a bit more to get this card because at the moment it's quite expensive, mostly because it's like a secret. Might be getting my rarities wrong, sorry by the way. But yeah, this card is actually really nice, it allows you to draw, it's a pretty good card, I like it. Oh. Then we have one Wee Witch. This never came up during the actual tournament itself, but it came up a lot in playtesting, and I definitely don't regret playing it. Then we have one Wonder Magician. Quite useful, allows you to synchro summon during your opponent's turn. Also destroy spells and traps when it's synchro summoned. It's pretty good, I like it. One Black Rose Chicken. This actually won me a game versus Chainburn. I was playing versus Dom, who you might have seen on this channel before. He pops up occasionally during videos. And this just, it was a good sport, you know, he was playing Chainburn, but he was not like being a dick about it or anything. And Black Rose actually helped me win one of those games that we were playing seriously on. 2 Red Eyes Zombie Necro Dragon. I did play this. I got this versus Burning Abyss. Sadly protected his monster with it, otherwise it would have been game. I got this to 5,800 attack, which was just insane, but I've got it to higher in playtesting. I think I got it to like 6,000 or something before. Not bad. Clear Wings Necro Dragon. I didn't actually put this in a sleeve. Also, this didn't come up once, but I've played it many times before in zombie decks, and I love it. It's a really good card, it allows you to negate stuff and get rid of monsters. 1 Stardust Spark Dragon, it protects itself and maybe another monster or spell or something. I've used it before, but it didn't come up once during this. 1 Normal Stardust Dragon, it came up a couple times, but it wasn't really super useful. Didn't really win me in games or anything. Now, the 2 most useful Synchro Monsters, the last 2 in the entire extra deck. So I'm going to do these at the same time. Cypher Omega and Shinori Shogun. I'll go through these one by one. Stars beginning off with Omega. Omega, sorry, allows you to bring back banished monsters, and also banishes 1 card from your opponent's hand and this until your next standby phase. So this kind of just removes stuff. and you get your Mizukis back with it. I kind of found a weird loop you can do with Armageddon Knight if you have Zombie Horde in the field, where if you summon this, you can just return Mizuki, summon an Armageddon Knight, use Armageddon Knight to send something like a Mizuki or something to grave, and then just spam it basically, and you just get so many summons, link into something, and then do that next turn as well. It's pretty good. And Shogun, this got to some pretty high attacks and allowed me to beat over stuff quite easily. Sadly it has 0 defense, so if it did get switched to defense, it just instantly died. But it was pretty useful for the ODK aspect of this, which didn't really come up too much. But yeah, that was the deck. It didn't do amazingly. I went 2 and 3 at my locals, but you know what? It was a very fun deck, and I don't mind playing it, and definitely gonna play it again. I'll probably do an updated build. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Peace.